Adapted, episode 84. My name is Tristan, and joining me this week, we've got Sweener, Jason, and Chad. How's everyone doing this week?
What's up, Tristan? I'm doing good, man.
Trying to keep cool, brother.
Hey, Chad, what are you doing? What are you doing on August 2nd? Just want to check.
August 2nd. I can't even remember.
Wow,
I said
this is
August 2nd
legit.
so many times today, dude. I can't remember.
That's just a little plug for Jason and Chad show every weekday on twitch.tv.
Oh, Xbox One S.
Live on the Av. As if you watch today, then Chad says August 2nd 20 times in a minute. It's a new record.
The only thing you'll remember after watching that is August 2nd.
Oh my god.
All right.
Dude, I'm like trying to think in my head, man. This is the 84th episode, which means we only have 16 more weeks until the centennial, dude. I feel like we're going to have to do something special for it. Though we've talked at length about all the other milestones we were going to do, like at 50. This is centennial, man.
We're waiting
Gotta
for
go. It's gotta go big.
What are you thinking? You got anything in your mind right now? I feel like something's percolating.
Yeah, Sweener,
I
I feel
don't
like you
know,
got some.
I don't know. I think we might have to cosplay or something, dude.
Oh, we gotta go bigger than that.
Like
fireworks.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to
Send us
figure
your
it out.
ideas.
Yeah, let us...
dude, we construct the Roman candle bazooka, and Chad runs around and we try to shoot him.
Nope.
dodges them.
I stand there with a Toys R Us Captain America shield and see how many I can...
I
And
like
Chad
it.
goes down.
I like this idea.
See how much you can deflect, dude.
I want to watch that shield just melt around your arm, dude, because those things are coming so fast. Have you seen
It's
that
just-
video?
Yes, it's just on fire. And, it's just
And you know that shield's made in China, so that's even better.
Oh my god, dude.
That
There we
is
go,
great.
dude. I'm excited for our new intro to the show.
Episode 100. It's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be amazing.
It'll be my last episode.
We'll just
Chad
replace
running
Chad with
along.
a still image of his remains.
See, as though it could be your death. Do we go to Lake Monona or we do this on the great shores of Lake Michigan, dude?
Actually, dude, if we can go down to Snake Hill at in Sheridan Park,
Yep, and Kote, yeah.
like it at the bottom of Snake Hill by Cudahy High School.
I know exactly where you're talking about, dude.
I want to actually. We should get that thing strapped on Sweener on a unicycle, going down Snake Hill, shooting it at you as he weaves his way through that death trap.
As Chad's on a hoverboard, dude.
And here's my segue. Snake Hill kind of sounds like a place in Preacherland, maybe.
Oh, dude, it kind of
Ratwater and Snake Hill, maybe. Maybe you guys are going to be showing up on Preacher soon, but we are. It's the summertime. We've only got one show that we've been watching, and that's Preacher. We are now in episode 7, titled He Gone, and dealing with the ramifications of him being gone, that being Eugene. Seems like Preacher. Even more interesting is that he's confronted by Cassidy. That Cassidy actually witnessed the whole thing. I really thought Cassidy would try a little harder to set him straight, but
Right.
kind of was like, "It's cool, man. I'm your friend. I'm your best friend. So whatever you want to do, I'm there for you."
Yeah, he's like, how do you want to do this? You know, how should we handle this? And he's like,
Right.
handle what, dude? And Cassie's like, man, I saw what you did, dude. Dude, and the thing that was shocking was, it's like, Preacher seemed like he almost had no fucking remorse. Like, it was no big deal. Like, dude, and then that segued into Arseface's backstory that I thought Homegirl fell off a horse. Come to find out, Arseface blew part of her dome off, dude.
After she rejected him, some little unrequited love story angle.
How is Arseface not in jail for that, by the way?
Maybe I'm assuming because his dad.
He should be in jail for
Sure.
he should be like incarcerated or in some kind of thing for trying to kill himself, which they always
Juvenile
like,
delinquents.
and trying to kill someone else. So like the entire show kind of like fell apart for me right there. I was like, oh, that sucks. That kind of killed the whole episode.
Well, his dad is a sheriff, so
Yeah,
Like-
but I think this goes above the little city.
Maybe.
Maybe they gave him pity for shooting his own self in the face. An eye for an eye.
That's not how
Or he
the
never
judicial
got,
system
or he
doesn't
never
work
got
like that.
caught. No one ever
Well,
got
maybe
different
he didn't
rules
get
down in
caught.
Texas.
That's entirely possible. Well, I get maybe they're just like, yeah, we'll learn more. I just thought that was really weird to like kind of.
And maybe it was covered up by his dad, possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And only a few people knew the truth.
But how do you care about him anymore that you know he's like a psychopath and tries to kill people?
Yeah, my feelings about Eugene used to be sympathetic. But
Yeah,
I'm like,
I
maybe
don't
not
like
so
it.
much.
Yeah, I thought it was a bad turn. That was a weird turn. Between Preacher being a total dick the entire episode and then this, it's just like, this is a real nasty show all of a sudden.
Well, especially if they're trying to get you to care for him to come back, they did
Yeah.
a bad job. Like, because now it's just like, no, keep him in hell. Like, now we don't want to.
I thought that in the first place, but now I'm like, yeah, I definitely never want to see dude again.
Well, that's because you didn't like his face, dude. You had
Well,
face
the prosthetic
problems.
was pretty bad, but yeah.
You're like, dude, I
agree,
can't keep looking at that.
so- yeah, I don't mind.
And it seems like they're trying
Any
to like
tools?
give reason for why Jesse Preacher might come back as far as being good. 'Cause since they kept doing the flashback with his dad and the things we've seen before with his dad saying after like being held at gunpoint, like, "Hey, young Jesse, like, there's enough bad people in the world. You have to be good." And
Right.
I'm guessing because of those flashbacks, that's what is kind of possibly going to set Jesse straight.
Yeah, probably, maybe. I don't know. I didn't like the whole kid thing either, but I just feel like maybe he's just gonna keep being an asshole until he realizes how powerful he is, and then he's gonna do something bad. I feel like none of these little flashbacks really are gonna matter.
Well, I
Because
don't know.
don't he
I
and
thought this
Tulip
was the
hate
first-
each other? Like, I feel like they despise each other.
Him and
Again?
Tulip?
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't seem like they get along, and like I think it's because she thinks that he's the reason that she's gone. He feels bad for it. Something else, like there's gonna be another flashback where they end up hating
Well,
each
there is
other
that
because
whole-
they're just not filling on and moving. They're not moving enough like moving forward enough. Like
And they
there's
tease
just too
that
much.
botched robbery too, and why
Yeah.
Tulip wants Jesse to help her out and getting revenge.
Right.
They hate each
What-
other's guts.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think it was like an interesting flashback, though, dude. That we get to see kind of how Preacher became how he is, dude. I mean, Homeboy was out there in the woods, dude, and watched his dad take one point blank to the head. I mean,
After
Dude,
after he begged for God to kill him.
yeah, I mean, dude, that would fuck you up for a long time, man.
And they haven't totally revealed it, but it was definitely Kincannon or some of his guys that did that, right?
I
killed
think
him.
Yeah,
so.
totally. I'm
They
with
haven't
you.
totally
on that.
revealed it yet, but
Do you think he was trying to get his property back then and still somehow couldn't do it? Even killing him didn't make it happen, and then like that'll come up in the next couple episodes.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the army's coming, dude. The army's
well, yeah,
coming
I feel
in.
like he's been trying to get this forever. Like,
Mhm.
this his entire angle. He could just never do it.
I don't know why he wants that land so bad.
He wants a
Oh.
church, baby.
It's beautiful land, good property.
Yeah.
You know what? It was weird because we got a
Oscar.
foray into Quincannon, dude, because you find out that the slaughterhouse is nowhere near what it used to be. And if he's a madman because he's trying to reclaim the former glory or what it is, but, he's like, we're not even doing in a quarter, what they would do in a week or whatever.
Yeah,
So,
he pretty much admitted to himself kind of being a failure. And I was like, so, like my thoughts of him like took it down a few notches as far as thinking like, oh, this guy's like legit. He's a crazy powerful guy, but he's already saying like he's not producing what his father and his grandfather did before him. So
He's just a big fucking letdown, dude. Who listens to fucking cassette tapes of like cow slaughtering or something?
no, it's not cassette tapes. That's
I
a
know, dude.
microphone down on the fucking slaughterhouse.
It's so gross, dude.
All right, whatever keeps you
He had a
cool.
little. He had a
and
little-
what was up with him no longer being enthralled by the preacher's command?
Yeah, like that all of a sudden he isn't under his command or anything anymore.
Like it worked for like a minute, and then he went back to shotgunning people and
Well, I
listening
think-
to Slaughterhouse.
I think what I'm getting from it is like the preacher's powers aren't like lifelong powers, like they're like momentary. Because if he told someone to bang his head against the wall, that guy wouldn't like continuously for the rest of his life walk back to that wall and bang his head on it. I feel like it's just like maybe like an hour or something like that. You just drag the guy away and then he's gonna stop doing it. But we haven't seen any physical stuff really, except for because it's never been like, hey, go beat yourself up for the rest of your life. Like it's just always something that could be momentary, I guess. I don't know. No, I'm just fucking babbling. But the way I take it is like it doesn't last forever. Nothing lasts forever, Tristan.
That's what they say sometimes. Going back to Cassidy, and I swore Cassidy revealed himself to Jesse already that he was a vampire. Maybe
No.
Maybe I got confused of how many other people he told, but maybe not. Those effects of him being lit on fire by the sun,
Awful.
little janky.
Jason, you want
I
to?
was curious on Jason's expertise on that.
Nope.
Want to talk about
Not
it.
touching it.
Wow.
So, dude, is he left out there to cook? Do we think that? I'm pretty sure that he extinguished him.
No, he didn't. The
Awesome.
extinguisher came back, and the pin was still in, and it was down by the hose was still down by the side.
Well, I'm sorry, so I didn't realize you were the fire guy.
He's
What?
the fire expert.
Pin was still in, baby.
He always seems to come back
I
somehow.
guess I didn't
though,
notice
so
that. I thought he did. I was assuming he did.
I-
So then what? Cassidy's officially dead?
No, I think they're building out the lore. Whatever his powers are, they're kind of like building it out. That's all I can gather from this. You're gonna find out that the sun can't totally kill him. Or
Yeah, he might be like a prune right now, but I think if you just give him a little blood, he can recuperate.
Yeah,
It's like a shriveled up darkness.
yeah, he'll slowly pull himself back together.
And yeah, they kind of somewhat of a cliffhanger, but as Jesse's trying to take all the floorboards off the church, which I don't totally understand, like how that's going to lead him to Eugene in hell or whatever. But the army's coming, Kincannon's army is coming.
I
for
liked
him
how like 4 of them were dressed up as soldiers.
with the big helmet.
It made
Yeah.
me think for a second, but then they started showing him in like the actual like slaughterhouse outfits. But I was like, holy crap, does he have some sort of crazy power, dude, where he brings like these little figurines to life? But then, no, they weren't. They weren't toy soldiers. They were real men.
That would have been awesome.
That would be amazing. When I saw that miniature, I was like, oh, this is so great. Yeah, that would be great, actually.
I also
Yeah.
really thought this was a good episode for Tulip, man. She kind of was a little bit less on my nerves between her and Emily. The whole like vanilla pancakes and
Gordon Ramsay would have
Burgers.
fucking murdered her, dude, using all that frozen stuff. Get out of here. Cook a home cooked meal. Frozen. Steam.
So
Shame
how
with
can
Tulip.
things possibly end good next week as the church is about to be attacked? I don't know how Jesse
Oh.
is. Jesse just going to tell everyone to turn around, maybe, or
well, we saw in the preview for next week he's rolling out with the guns,
right?
so he's mounting up.
I wonder.
So he's gonna fight back, you think? Like he's just gonna start shooting all of them? I
It's
feel
the
like
Alamo, dude. I answered with a cannonball. That's victory or death.
Remember the Alamo.
yeah.
I mean, that was a big part of the whole show. I mean, that was the prelude for what's to come.
Do you think they're just gonna focus on one entire episode on that really far back flashback with the cowboy guy and his?
I would really like to know what that whole fucking thing is all about.
Well, I don't know what it might even be possibly about. I was thinking maybe it's about the whole Genesis thing. Maybe that's where Genesis was born in some way, but I don't really know.
Yeah, I guess that's possible.
It has to be linked to something, obviously, because they dedicated time to it. Unless there's like
Yeah, I don't know where
nothing.
they're going from here. I don't know. I did not like this episode coming off the last episode at all.
So I'll start with you then, Jason. What was your?
I'm gonna
score?
give it a 3. Last episode was so good, and I felt
Yeah.
made so much progress, and this just kind of like went backwards, and it was just. I don't like any outside of Cassidy. I don't like any of the characters anymore. Like maybe they can turn around, but they're just like so mean spirited and kind of dickish, and it's like weird. Like
Are there
how do
any
I root
actual
for the
good guys in the show? You think?
No, and I think that's starting to become a problem. Cassidy's maybe a good guy. Like he has the makings of a good guy, like just his personality, but everyone
Classic,
else
like, idiot good guy.
it's like bad guy versus bad guy. Like which bad guy do you want to win, I guess. So, I don't know. I'm curious to see where this battle is going to go. I think it has potential to be another really cool moment for the show, like that fight scene. So hopefully they got the same director.
Yeah, dude, they need to call his ass back up, dude. I'm gonna go with a 3 as well, man. Save for the table scene outside with Cassidy. Wasn't much else that I was like really excited for. Like again, like Jason said, dude, last week's episode was so fucking huge and awesome that it's really hard to like kind of find that same sense of excitement in this episode. It was more like maintaining. Like they didn't really develop or push like the story much further. They kind of just like showed you a little bit pieces, but not to where I'm enjoying it as much. But it did leave me with a little excitement for next episode though, because I want to see what goes on with this war, dude. I want to see what fucking old Quinn Cannon has for me.
Well, I guess we might as well make it the trifecta, because as soon as I got done watching it on Sunday, I said, this feels like a solid 3. It wasn't bad. It wasn't fantastic. There were some funny little parts. We all know I love Cassidy. I thought he was funny. I thought the whole Vanilla starting the thing on fire was pretty funny. The dialogue in the kitchen was funny. Ramley, I think, was about to profess her love for Jesse, but it was all right, man. It wasn't fantastic. Last week's episode, we were a little spoiled, so here's for better things to come.
Yeah, I hope this isn't a downward turn, dude. I hope it fixes itself. But
yeah, they only have a few episodes left, so hopefully they finish strong. And yeah, I'm kind of in agreement with all you guys throughout the episode. I was like, this really did not strengthen what happened last week. With such a strong episode. And I was thinking the same thing Jason was, that there really aren't any good guys anymore. They made you believe some of these guys were good, whether it was Cassidy possibly, but the fact that Cassidy was knowing what Jesse did to Eugene and just like, so what do you want to do? I got your back, man, whatever. Yeah, I don't know. It's
weird.
I'm at a 3 as well. It was an average episode for me.
come on, preacher, pick your shit up. Get your shit back together.
Get it together, man. You only got like a couple episodes left.
Yeah.
Get your shit together.
I did see during the commercial breaks that they announced the date for, which is, I'm guessing we're just going to get like a 3-week break on AMC shows, that Fear the Walking Dead's coming back like August 16th.
Yeah.
Holy shit, I forgot about that show. All right. Cool.
Which maybe not. It has to be a Sunday, so maybe the 14th or 21st.
They do 2 seasons a year of that. I forgot.
I will say the great thing about The Walking Dead, I was on my deathbed Sunday, sick from God knows what.
Are you watching Marathon?
And what's old AMC doing? The Marathon.
What season were they on this week?
Season 2 this week. So I caught on to the 5th episode where they're out at the farm, and
it's a solid season. I like that season.
what a fucking great show that was, dude.
How long did you bareback it for,
that
man? You watched like 7
Wait, you're
episodes?
talking-
Dude, I watched till the end, dude.
Damn.
I forgot how much I hated Dale and how much I wanted that dude to die. And then I forgot how he died. Sweet irony, Dale.
He dies better in the comic.
How's he die in the comic?
He's partially replaced as the cannibal people. They kidnap Dale and start eating him, and then he reveals to them, "I'm infected, bitches." So they did a little remix in the show.
They really should have went with that angle, because that was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't last that long, I guess, in the show. Oh well. Well, we've been focusing on comics here in the summer, and a big comic came out as far as impact in some ways. But Civil War 2 is currently ongoing. We were going to be touching just on issue 2 this week, but since issue 3 came out with a big surprise in some sort, we're going to be talking both issues. So first, about issue 2, as Tony Stark has a vendetta to capture the Inhuman who can predict the future, and he wants to kind of put a kibosh on his future-telling ways, Ulysses. And yeah, he has to break into where the Inhumans hang their hat and breaks all kinds of laws and infiltrating the base. And
Which I didn't think was too great and grand of a way to start a civil war, dude. You know, like, I don't know. I feel like it should be something bigger.
well, yeah,
Yeah.
I was thinking like So is the Civil War is just about this Inhuman that can predict the future, and in some ways it still is after this issue that they kind of revealed greater things or what the Civil War is about. But yeah, Tony Stark is a hated guy in this issue.
Yeah,
he doesn't have any friends.
He's like a lone wolf, dude.
Yeah,
I know. The thing that's kind of weird is, in the last movie, I kind of didn't like Tony Stark. I thought he was a fucking douchebag. But as I'm reading through Civil War here in this episode, too, I kind of find myself starting to align with old Tony.
Really?
You know?
I was
Yeah.
on Team Tony too for this, for the most part.
well, throughout the second issue, I was still on Captain Marvel's side, but once we get into issue 3, I start siding with Tony.
Huh, dude, because I'm definitely not, because he's only looking out for himself. So your buddy died. Your buddy was an idiot. Like, it's not this.
Well, he's trying to
Ulysses guy's
use.
fault.
He's trying
Well,
to
not
use
just War
this.
Machine dying. She-Hulk
Yeah.
is also in a coma. And
But I mean, his thing is he doesn't give a shit about She-Hulk. His thing is
they're good friends.
War Machine, dude. And
Oh yeah,
Here's
that's
about
right.
She-Hulk.
yeah. No,
Well,
Cares
it's
a
War Machine,
little.
but it's also he wants to learn how to use this stuff.
yeah. So he
like,
wants to steal the abilities too.
he wants to use it
guy's
for
evil.
good, though. For
Well,
good.
yeah,
That's what he
he's a
says.
science guy, so if he knows there's a force that might be in some ways science, this seems a little out there, but yeah, he likes to understand things, and
After Ultron, do you really want him fucking with this? I'm
But
just
I
saying.
think he's more or less
True.
trying to figure out, like, are there outside factors that can mess
Manipulate.
with what he sees and how he sees it, and could there be alternate visions that he's having instead of
Like
Yeah.
someone putting it in his head.
right?
fucking with it.
it could
Scary.
be all like his future readings or whatever that the Inhuman's seeing. Like could be orchestrated by someone else entirely.
Yeah, you know, he goes there, kidnaps Ulysses, and then heads to the hideout. But here's the thing: how does Beast find Tony Stark?
Beast is a hacker, and I feel like Beast has been to that spot where he was because he did get like kind of irritated right when he saw that Beast was involved, and he's like, "Son of a bitch, that guy
Okay.
turned on me."
Like, how did they find me? I was off the grid.
Except for
Are you talking about issue 3 now with Banner?
No, issue
so
2. When they showed up at where he was
where he's
interrogating.
hiding out.
Okay, yeah.
yeah,
and then
where he's got
Tony
him all
was
wrapped
just
up.
like.
Yeah, they made
keep forgetting.
Beast even smarter than I ever thought he was in this series.
Yeah, I guess I give, you know, Beast credit that, you know, because I thought Tony Stark was like the smart guy, like knew all the tricks, all the angles. I would have thought Beast would have been able to hack into like Stark.
I feel like Beast was just like he knew it. I don't know. Did he hack in there?
Well, no, Beast. What I'm getting from it is Beast and Dude are friends because he
And he
says-
knew he was there before. Like
he's
they
like,
had been
"Oh
there
shit,
before. Yeah,
I
that's
forget
what
he's
got
part of
too.
the Inhumans.
Right.
That's my fault. My bad."
Yeah, he's like,
Right,
whoopsie.
and then as I was like looking at it, as a couple panes, it's like when the Inhumans and everybody else was meeting at Stark's place, you know, I'm like, dude, so everybody can fly? What? Like Black Panther's flying and everybody just hanging out there and
They caught everyone in a cinematic jump.
Oh, is that what it was? Everybody was jumping down?
I don't
Like
know.
Captain
Well,
Marvel.
there is the Inhuman dog can teleport and can teleport lots of people at once. So maybe they
Right.
teleport there.
Who's,
But I know, but the Inhumans were at Stark's crib, dude, and then everybody else showed up there too.
Yeah.
To be like, you can't do this.
in the Civil War, I've come to learn that everybody rolls with everybody at all times. That's like the only way you travel is in groups of 50.
Yeah, and
Everybody
in
jumps in a
episode
bus.
2, Spider-Man's like kind of annoying.
Spider-Man? He's always annoying. Was he in this?
I think
No,
at
it's-
one part in the group.
I think Sweener's jumping up to next issue.
Sweener, dude, always all over the map, man.
No, I thought Spider-Man was part of this when they were all like.
I couldn't remember if he did anything in number 2.
He didn't say anything.
Yeah,
in
he
this
wasn't.
one.
Yeah. Either way, I actually really like the art in this book too. I think the Civil
Yeah, it's
War
actually-
They're
art is
pretty solid.
really
Yeah.
super
And has
cool.
Jarvis been replaced?
Yeah, with
Yeah,
Friday?
Stark has that new AI. Yeah.
Jessica Jones.
Yeah, she made an
Yeah.
appearance in this one.
Oh yeah, she's a part of this group. Yeah. She's getting a new comic book series very soon.
Great. It's called The Same Old Jeans, Jessica Jones.
Hey, read the Alias comics. There's a lot more in the comics than the show.
Yeah.
And then the newest future reading, and that kind of ends this issue, and that's kind of shared with everyone, where everyone sees the damage of the Hulk kind of just destroying everything in its wake. And even more interesting is that it's Bruce Banner, who hasn't been the Hulk for over a year now. So once we got to that point, I was like, okay, maybe this book is actually going to get pretty good.
It's also weird that they're putting so much trust into this guy's visions when there's only been one issue and they just met the dude. So it's not like all his visions have been.
Well, that's
100%.
what Tony Stark is trying to say, dude. Like, how can we trust this guy? And in this episode is kind of where Tony starts to be like, hey, man, what if all of a sudden this cat starts having visions about us, dude? What are we going to do when it's us? And then, boom, fucking Hulkamania, brother, running fucking
What you
wild.
gonna do? When Banner runs wild on you.
So just focusing on issue 2, what are you guys going to score it before we get to number 3?
3. I just thought it was okay. I liked it a lot. Like I liked the next issue so much more. So I'm just gonna give it a 3. I thought it was okay. It wasn't my favorite thing.
No,
Yeah, I thought it was a good segue. I like the artwork on all of it. I kind of dude, I found myself like kind of gravitating towards old Tony.
I know,
Yeah.
dude. You guys are all in love with Tony, dude.
Team
You're
Stark,
betting him.
baby.
You're betting
I know.
Like his black wetsuit that he wears at all times, I guess.
I did, dude. I did. I was like, this is really odd. When the guy was like in public, he's wearing like his whatever, just like his fucking spandex, dude. And then here's my other question: like on all the covers where it says, you know, it's the read out part of the book, and it says to protect the future. It's got Captain America. Is on the right. Is that supposed to be Captain Marvel? Because that looks like a dude, man.
With the blonde hair, that'd be Captain Marvel, yeah.
Ah, man, it looks like a little boy.
She's got short hair.
Wow, I think it was just like the angle that
It's
it was
a
drawn
power
on.
haircut, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually thinking I really love the way Captain Marvel looks in these comics. I think she looks
Kinda
badass.
tough.
And like actually, because that felt like a character that I was not excited about at all. That was getting a movie that was in these comics. I was just like, they've never done anything cool with her essentially for my lifetime. And now like she's just like this cool badass character. I totally
Like, how
it
did
works.
she get her powers? Because apparently she's in the Air Force.
Well,
Her name's Carol Danvers. She used to be in the military. I think her powers are cosmic related as far as how she got them. There's been other Captain Marvels before her, though.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it's a cosmic thing of how she got her powers in the first place, though.
Yeah. All right. What are you giving it, Sweener? Would you give it 3?
Oh, I gave it a 3.
What are you
Because
trusting?
the next one is uber juicy.
Juicy.
The
Yeah, I'm
juice
gonna-
Oh my
is-
god,
I'm
dude!
gonna-
Can we never
I'm
describe
at
things as
3
juicy?
as well.
The fuck?
Not until the end of there where they teased the Hulk was like, I'm still not really on board with Civil War.
Yeah, same here, man. It was a 3 as well. Like, it just slow going, dude, and then right at the end, like when you see the vision and like things are finally coming together, then you start putting it together and you're like, okay, now I need to see what the fuck is gonna happen. And I expected
there was a lot of writing in issue 2, dude.
not as much as issue 3.
True.
Yeah. Oh my.
I'm still
Yeah.
sweating over all that writing, dude. I just
When-
like picture. I'm a picture guy.
Yeah.
Because they didn't do the whole courtroom scene in 3, dude. Oh my god.
This story actually, I feel like this story is going to make for like a really cool like movie at some point. I think having the Inhumans, having what's going on with the Hulk, the dynamic between Iron Man and Captain Marvel. It sucks that it's Iron Man again at the center, but it is what it is. But I think it's pretty cool. So issue 3, right? Issue 3, the
issue
courtroom?
3. And yeah, as you kind of touched on it, they're in a court scene. They're kind of jumping around where they ended last issue with Captain Marvel approaching Bruce Banner in his secret headquarters, or his hideout right now. And they explain to him about this Inhuman they possess that can predict the future, and Bruce Banner is like, well, I haven't done anything. Like, I haven't been the Hulk in a year, and I've been controlling my emotions. And
Well, can we say that the court scene opening was actually pretty brilliant because it gives you a foray to something major happens.
I was just gonna say that. I like how they did it, where they bounced back and forth from like the courtroom to like what was going on, back and forth. Actually,
I'm an old school sucker for like starting things off in like the future and then working my way back to like where
Pulp Fiction style.
Yeah, so like when I saw that, I was like, this is gonna be great.
Yeah, and as the trial kept going, we're like, what is this trial for exactly? They referenced the date of something happening, and like I can't remember something big happening in the last couple of issues, so it must have been something that they're doing back and forth. And yeah, they were doing a pretty good job with it. And eventually they bring Hawkeye on stand, Connor Barton, and they show what he did in the past with Bruce Banner, and apparently Bruce Banner wanted him to kill him.
Well, I mean, I feel like we're jumping like the whole beginning section where it's like Captain Marvel and Tony Stark are there. Well, Captain Marvel's there, and Stark comes in, and Tony's like, hey, man, bro, stay calm. Hey, that's just like a fuel word for fucking Hulk rage, man. It's like, at what point in time did you think this was going to be a good idea, dude, to confront them?
Well, yeah, anytime they're going to confront Bruce Banner, they're like going to be walking on eggshells.
Yeah.
Which, as we see, even in the movies, that like we kind of know what to expect whenever anything happens with Bruce Banner, the Hulk, and but yeah, I mean, Bruce Banner hasn't been the Hulk in quite some time. They have Amadeus Cho as the current totally awesome Hulk.
Yeah, I was very confused by that. I was like, I didn't know if there are two Hulks now, or
Right.
Yeah, I guess I haven't been keeping up with my totally awesome Hulk, so I didn't know what happened here. So I just went with it.
Pretend it didn't. Yeah, pretend it didn't exist. Just go with the.
I was just like, pretending this other Hulk.
Well, yeah, and they're showing that Bruce Banner has been experimenting on himself. That was later revealed, and as Beast hacked into his system also, and found out what Bruce Banner's been doing on the side.
He's such a sneaky little devil.
He is, isn't he?
He's a creep.
You don't like him?
I don't really like him at all. I don't like the way they draw him either. I don't like the way he looks in this anymore. His weird head, and he looks like he was a fish or something. It's really strange to me.
Maybe it's his mutation.
Yeah, it's possible.
But I mean, I thought it was really good, like how they flipped from like being out at the farm to like comics, and then related to like where old Daredevil was doing the questioning and all that stuff. And dude, that's kind of when Tony Stark won me over, man. Because he's like, dude, I mean, it's like he's one of us, man. It was like some Saving Private Ryan bullshit, dude. Like, how are we gonna do this? You know?
I can't believe that it was Hawkeye, dude. I feel like
dude, that was enraging. What a range of emotions. All of a sudden, I saw that fucking arrow, and I'm like, if that Weasley bastard Hawkeye is the guy who fucking kills the Hulk, dude, I'm fucking done with this whole series. And then it is Hawkeye, and I'm like, how the fuck does this lowly dude kill the Incredible Hulk? And then as the story goes on, you find out.
Right. Yeah, my first reaction was the same as yours. Like, really? They're using Hawkeye for this? And, like, killing Bruce Banner, the Hulk, is a big deal. It's something that they've attempted many times. They've sent the Hulk to outer space to be secluded in space for a long time. Like, they've tried a lot of things to get rid of this guy, and nothing has ever worked, but Bruce Banner seemed to have created something that kills him. And
or so we think.
Right.
And technically, like, maybe it just puts him down for a little while, dude. Maybe it's a sleeping agent or knocks him out, dude.
Yeah, it's the old school, make him look like he's dead, roll him on the gurney into the morgue, and then all of a sudden he pops up, and it's like, hey, Hulk's back, baby.
Hey, Hulk's in the bushes.
And dude, we know that Tony Stark loves Hulk, dude.
Yeah, they're good friends.
He really does. So Tony Stark's a good guy.
Yes.
Hawkeye's kind of a good guy. Everybody's a good guy now.
Well, and then the divide is like, well, maybe like stop talking to this Inhuman because he keeps predicting these crazy, horrible events that they're now trying to stop, and like makes you think, like, is someone controlling him and like feeding images to him of what might happen just to force the whole thing.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Well,
I didn't
because
think
she
about
didn't
that because,
really-
you know, the whole Captain America comic, I just didn't think that they were going to do that same angle. But yeah, it's entirely possible.
Maybe. But yeah, it's an interesting divide now because I used to be on Captain Marvel's side, be like, yeah, use this guy for good, and now I'm starting to understand Tony Stark's point of view, and I feel like Tony Stark's whole point of view is a very dramatic difference between issue 2 and 3. Like 2, he's kind of like a rogue guy, a rebel, trying to just do whatever he wants, and 3 is like very calm and just wants to talk things out with Bruce Banner, and then after he gets killed, he's just like destroyed once again because he's losing all his friends.
All right. And then, like, as I was reading, I'm like, how fucking stupid is this, dude? He's the only one that was there when fucking Bruce told him to kill him if he thought he was going to turn. I'm like, this guy is fucking Fanny's fried chicken, dude. He's done for. He's extra crispy. And then leave it to old Hank, or whatever, Beast, to have hacked into the old Bruce Banner servers to find the video log where Bruce is like,
diaries.
I asked him to do it.
I mean, if I asked someone to kill me, I'd probably record it so someone could find it.
Not me, dude. Figure it out.
Set up. Gotcha, bitch.
Sorry. My last joke.
So now it's interesting. Like, I thought Civil War was about one thing. Now they're kind of making you understand what it's about. And like, they're already starting to pick sides. I think, would Spider-Man pick Tony's side?
I think
Yeah.
I'm with Tony.
Yeah.
Tony Baloney, I think he said. Something like that.
I think he said baloney.
It's Spider-Man. He was probably thinking it.
Possibly. But yeah, this issue definitely helped the series out greatly. And I'm starting to get a lot more curious about it and where they might go. But before this, and even the end of issue 2, wasn't on board whatsoever. So.
Yeah, but then we find out that Tony's AI figured out how he does it, and
Yeah, that's the big cliffhanger for next issue.
so who's the girl? MJ.
Mary Jane Watson, Peter Parker's ex-main squeeze.
MJ,
Like-
baby?
Yeah, she's
Like
working for him
personal
now.
assistant
Yeah.
or
She works for him.
personal assistant.
Yep.
So Pepper's out.
Pepper's
Yeah,
gone, dude.
she's gone. And the all new Love Difference, they took MJ, Mary Jane Watson, and put her with Tony Stark, which is kind of interesting since Tony Stark and Peter Parker are kind of rivals nowadays because they made Peter Parker into this billionaire, and instead of just like being this geeky nerd in high school or college or whatever, now he's accomplished. He has inventions and has even more money than Tony Stark. So yeah,
Oh, he does.
and the all new, all different. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Poor little Tony. So sad.
Times have changed.
Times are changing. So scoring this issue, Civil War 2, number 3.
Ooh.
Where are you guys going with it?
Man, dude, let me jump in here. I think I'm gonna go with a 4. A 4. Yeah, I was excited, dude. It kept me on the edge of my seat. I want to see what's gonna happen next, dude. It's leading me on to, seeing if these visions are fake, which, we've talked about a couple of times now. But I was thinking back to, like, when he was asking him on the thing, like, hey, have any of these, like, proven to be false? And she's like, well, not really. And then you think about it, it's like, yeah, like, if someone tells you something's gonna happen and you act on it to stop it, but like the outcome isn't the same, then you never will know if it was true or false. So it's like you could just be doing these things and like not really even, that it could never happen possibly, and you're just in fucking putting yourself out there. So, dude, I think you're right, dude. I think at the end here that they see their future, but I think that they see someone else controlling it. Maybe, I don't know. It's gonna be a cool twist. Dude. I'm excited for next episode or next. You got fucking Sweener. You got me calling
You guys
him
always say
episodes.
episode, but
It's Sweener, dude. He's always like episode number 8. I'm like, damn it, dude. Issue number 4, dude. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I'll give it a 4 too. I thought it was really cool. I love the back and forth with the courtroom, just the art. I like where it's going. I didn't think about it with the mind control angle, but That's entirely possible. I could see that happening. I hope they don't go that route.
They've already done it one time.
Yeah, I just hope because I'm reading another comic where they're doing that, right? Like I don't want them to go down that same well. So hopefully they have a much grander plan here. But I like this Civil War a lot.
Yeah, I think I'm probably at a 4 too. It was a really, really solid episode. I tinkered with a 5, probably brought down to a 4 because fucking Hawkeye, man. Fucking Hawkeye.
Dude, that almost dropped it to a 2.
I know. He has to be the man to kill Bruce Banner, the Hulk, dude.
Let's all pretend he's just in a sleep coma.
Yeah, I like the strife that's going on between Tony and Captain Marvel, and like the lines in the sandbox have been drawn, dude, and you're either here or you're there, you know. I think it's gonna be pretty interesting. It'll be interesting with how the Inhuman side and stuff like that. So awesome episode. I'm excited for issue 4. Sorry, Chad.
Killing me.
I'm at a 4 for this issue. And,
Episode.
Yeah, I mean, I was a little disappointed by Hawkeye being revealed as the guy. But after a while, as they went further with the story, I was like, okay, he's close friends with Bruce Banner. Bruce Banner had to trust someone.
And he's got an acute eye. Yeah, so he can see things that other people can't.
I suppose.
I did read that.
But yeah, I enjoyed how they portrayed the story in this one with flashbacks, the courtroom scene, and where they might go with this, knowing Tony Stark has even more information about the future and how it works.
I don't think he's going to share it with anybody.
Me neither.
Yeah, it's not... Well, we'll see. I don't know how many friends he has left that you can totally trust. All his friends are dying. So.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Sucks to be him.
And headed over in the Star Wars universe, we've talked Han Solo issue number 1 previously. We are now in issue number 2. And the race of the century, the race of the galaxy, that's currently ongoing, picks right up as the issue starts. Little unfair things going on for poor Han in this race.
I think a lot of it was unfair for everybody.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, nobody knew that there was going to be landmines, heat-seeking landmines out there. But
Kind of hard to predict.
Well,
but I guess like if you've been in the race before,
yeah, I think
you know
everyone
that
else
violent
knew.
shit's going to happen.
And especially when that pilot started using Han's the Millennium Falcon as a ship, or as a shield.
And then start shooting at the Falcon, dude. What the fuck are you thinking, bro?
Nobody shoots at my Falcon.
Ooh.
That's Chewbacca.
It's weird. Do they not? Other people not know Han Solo throughout the galaxy? I feel like he would be.
Yeah, that's
Widely
what I thought
famous.
too. Like, how do they not know who he is? I mean, he's partially responsible for blowing up the fucking Death Star,
I think
dude.
it's just like a different circle that these guys run in. Like Han runs with smugglers. These guys are like.
No,
really
I'm talking more
fancy
about like
stuff.
the TV, like they're like broadcasting this and stuff. I felt like he would be like not a legend at this point, but maybe.
Well, it's all. Well, I don't. Would the rebels even want all that information out there?
Well, the other thing is too, if
No,
it's on TV, don't you think one fucking Imperial Stormtrooper, while he's taking his Union Fiver, dude, might just happen to be watching the show and be like, TK-4201, I think that might be the ship we're looking for.
They know the ship, yeah. I was thinking the same thing once they started showing like everyone watching on their screens and whatnot. And yeah, I was like, something bad's gonna happen, and eventually it did, as the Empire stepped in and made a few arrests. But they also, before that, they even had not quite sure if there's like a rebel double agent or something going on with that lady that was trying to shoot that guy helping out Chewbacca.
Yeah, I was like, who is that lady?
Bounty hunter.
That's what, dude. These comics love to intro bounty hunters.
Oh, dude, it's the big
Past
deal,
bounty
man.
hunters.
I wish we could get
easiest
more
to do.
bounty hunters in the movies. There's a whole slew of them, dude. We don't get enough.
Well, yeah,
There's a lot of
that's
bounty
true.
hunters out there.
I like a good bounty hunter.
See? Would you ever be a bounty hunter?
Yeah, dude. I used to watch Dog growing up, like thinking I could do that when I got bigger, but
Seems like an easy enough job, right?
he got caught, thrown in jail, and I no longer wanted to pursue that career.
What did he get caught for?
He didn't get caught for anything, man. He made a bunch of
Pretty cool.
racial slurs, dude.
He got
Yeah,
caught being a racist.
That'll happen. Yeah,
That's one way to catch him.
That's not how I want to look at it.
you're not gonna have a TV show after
he's
that.
a racist prick. His girlfriend was from his girlfriend or his daughter.
Interesting.
His wife, though. Right, boys?
Oh, reality TV. Well,
Chad the Bounty Hunter.
things aren't looking
Dude,
so
you do
great
love to burn
for.
fast.
And I wouldn't have to wear a shirt under it either, so.
No. Welcome to the gun show.
I would say things aren't looking so great for Han Solo, but knowing that he's got some friends close by, I don't think he's really going to be taken into custody. And
At this point in time, I really think that the fans of the race are going to overcrowd those dopey stormtroopers, dude.
they want to see this race continue. They're all about it.
Yeah, and set it free.
People are terrified of stormtroopers, though, in this world, so I don't think that's going to
Why? The safest place is to stand right in front of a stormtrooper, dude.
The safest place is in front of their blaster. Everyone knows that.
From reading this one, does like this whole crazy galactic race that's going across the entire galaxy and it being televised, does this fit in for you guys in the Star Wars universe? Does it, like, I mean, we've seen pod racing, but that was more on a smaller scale.
It really doesn't, but it really falls into the whole Han Solo ego and thing like that. Like, I mean, we went into this knowing that Han's gonna fuck it up, dude, because that's what Han does, dude. He's a fuck up, man. He makes bad life choices, but somehow, usually, if he doesn't get put in carbonite lock, dude, usually comes out all right. Yeah, he never found his way into the belly of the Sarlacc. I mean, life is pretty good for Han at this point.
Yeah. I mean, I shake my head no, but I also think it kind of when I start to think about like the whole universe, I feel like there has to be something like this. It just makes sense. Like it makes sense that there's like this giant race that goes across the entire universe that's broadcast on TV because people love sports.
Sure.
So yeah.
So scoring this issue of Han Solo #2, where are you guys gonna go with it?
I'm gonna give it a 4. I liked it a lot. I like this story. I like this whole this race. I feel like it's a very it's a brisk read. Like it starts and you're like caught in the action and the pains. I love the way the blurring of the panes. It gives it like everything has depth in as you're reading through the book. It's really cool. Yeah, so I'm okay with a 4. I'm curious to see what happens here.
Yeah, dude. Actually, I think I might do that as well. I was just, yeah, I think I'll go with a 4. I was thinking maybe higher, but no, I like the puzzle solving that he had to do to kind of get his way through the traps of the like stopping and killing the engines, and then they stopped following him. I thought that was kind of neat because I didn't see that coming. I thought he was just gonna burn, like do a Han Solo like flying move and just like juke through all these things and make all the bombs blow up. I didn't think he actually used a brain.
So he's got a trick.
I know, dude, that was pretty cool. And like when I think about the other things is like I think about the Lando spin-offs. I think of all the other spin-offs we do, and this is like the most enjoyable for me right now. And it's good. The story's going good, so I like it, dude.
It has that fun from the first Lando. Remember we left and we're like, oh my god, that was so fun. This has been like that fun for the first 2 issues. Yeah, you totally nailed it.
I think that I wasn't as impressed with this issue as you guys were. I'm gonna go with a 3. Well, it was overall pretty solid. I love Han. He's a great character. There's some Han Solo stuff. Hey, nobody messes with the Millennium Falcon. I think the artwork was really good. I liked when, they were out in space. The Falcon and the blasters were all blurry. But then, you go in there and you see Han. Chewie looks fantastic in the episode. I really would like to know more. I would have liked it to have been a little more focusing on the mission that's at hand, too, other than just the race. But, yeah, I'm excited, man. It'll be interesting to see how Han and company get out. I really was wishing that Han would have knocked the other dude out for shooting the Falcon, but he didn't, so that's what brought this thing down to a 3. So, overall, good issue, man.
And it's hard for me. I'm right between a 3 and a 4. I guess I think I'm going to go with a 3 on this one because I really wasn't blown away by like I was in the first issue. I really enjoyed the first issue. And this one, you got some of that race aspect as it continued, but after a while, I was like, oh yeah, there was a race going on, and you quickly forget about it. I felt like after a while, and because they were then focused on whoever Chewbacca was talking to, and then the Empire showing up, and all the rules of the race of that pilot could get disqualified, and Han didn't do it.
She's gonna die. She's gonna.
You think so?
Oh yeah, they're setting her up to die in a glorious
nice,
way.
But she's won a bunch of times.
Yeah.
I think that's a possible love angle for Han for a little love story, maybe.
No
Just
way.
a quick one,
dude.
and then she dies,
Little
and
quickie,
then
yeah.
he gets set straight, and like, oh yeah, Princess Leia. Yep. We'll see what happens. Got a few more weeks until issue number 3 comes out. So
I was kind of hoping to see more obstacles in the race, but I guess the race is done.
Could be.
They're gonna keep
the
going.
first flag.
Yeah, they're gonna keep going.
they'll find a way. There's always a way.
So since we are in like a show strap session, like, you know, that lull where there's no sports or anything, dude, I hopped onto a show because there was no shows to watch off Netflix, dude. An old classic that I'm sure we all watched as children that's been reincarnated. Voltron, dude.
Oh, the new Voltron remake, or like the new Voltron for Netflix. Yeah, I haven't checked it out
Dude,
yet.
I think we should, you know, do a little feeler out there and watch a couple episodes. I watched the first 3 last night. I was overall pretty impressed with it, man.
I never watched Voltron as a kid.
No, we
Me
never
neither.
did.
Yeah,
no, we
that
didn't.
was not in the rotation.
Tristan?
I've never seen it. No.
I feel like we had a Voltron action figure, like a big one, or had pieces of it.
It would go together. It was like the line thing.
Yeah,
and,
maybe
like,
I did.
slideys.
Maybe I did watch some of the cartoon, but
A
not.
handful, dude. It wasn't one of the staples of the house, dude. It
Yeah.
wasn't one that
Oh,
we
man.
buy, dude.
So if
might
I
have
watch
been-
an episode, would I have any idea what the hell's going on? Or-
Yeah, I
like,
think
they
it's a good
start
reboot.
They start out the whole thing from scratch, like how they come together, how they're coming to form Voltron, what they have to do. So you don't have to have seen the old ones to watch the new ones.
Yeah, I think it was a little before our time, like
Yeah.
a couple years, and then the toy we must have got like Goodwill or something because it was on.
Sweetener
Like,
showing his age.
Yeah.
What's
Like
that
fine
Pokemon?
wine, Sweetener.
We'll check it out, and
Yeah, I'll do. I'll watch
Talk
it.
about
The trailer looked really good. The animation looks really cool. So I'm in.
I'll live through you guys.
Alright.
You don't know what you're missing, dude.
Fuck it, I'll
Hey.
give it an episode.
Hey, typical Green Lion, dude.
I'll give it an episode. Oh, now you're calling me. Now I need to watch. I need to see what I am. Son of a bitch.
all right, jumping into the news. Seems like this news never goes away with Fox and trying to order an X-Men TV series, but it looks like Fox and Marvel Television are teaming up for another idea that's going to be dedicated for the Fox network. We had talked about previously that they had another show in the works that was in the 60s or something about the military working with X-Men or something like that, but that got canned. Now Fox is ordering another pilot for another show that, from the synopsis, it sounds like some parents are trying to deal with learning that they're parents of mutants and kind of like they're on the run then, and it kind of focuses on that. So we'll see how that goes. This would be Fox's technically first Marvel TV series, as if it's a joint effort between Fox Television and Marvel Television. But
Keep throwing shit at the wall. It's eventually gonna stick, dude.
You're
So-
gonna get something, man.
I mean, there's still that Legion series that's going to be coming out on FX. That's by the Fargo guy. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm more excited for that one than
Yeah, I have no expectations for this at all, except it's gonna be garbage.
Finally have them.
Fine.
I was
Yeah,
like,
but-
who could have possibly queued up their own audio? Probably Sweener.
My bad, folks. See it here.
And a big costume reveal. Can't wait to hear what Chad's thoughts on this. As the Kid Flash costume that Wally West is going to be suiting up in the season 3 premiere of The Flash. Any thoughts on?
we finally get to see
The
what it looks
leather-
like. Dude, we knew it was
Cosplay
coming.
USA.
Yeah, dude, it looks.
Amateur
Actually,
hour.
you know what? It's not too bad from.
With what they're already doing, it fits, and the colors and the whole mask is reminiscent of the comic, of the original Wally West.
The
It's
mask
just
is
his-
cool.
It's just his face doesn't work with the mask. And like it's not. I mean, the guy's born like that, so I mean, it really can't do anything. But it just
Yeah.
like there's something about his like cheeks and like it just looks like he's kind of mushing out of it. Like it's just like. I don't know. It's just weird. It doesn't work with his face. I actually like the rest of the outfit, dude. I think it
The
looks like
belt
some
really
sort of
throws
like
me off. I like the
biker
belt.
dude.
The colors are cool. It looks ill-fitting. Like, it doesn't look like it fits him well. Or, like, it looks like it's hard to move in or something, considering he's the Flash. He's supposed to be fast.
Yeah,
It's still
like, I
leather
feel
for-
see like the behind the scenes photos and all that
It
stuff.
looks really heavy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it just looks really bad.
It's fucking genuine leather, dude. That guy's gotta be fucking sweating his balls off in that damn thing, dude.
Yeah, he's got the white
Summertime
sweat.
in Vancouver. Ugh.
He's got the white sweat. Potassium.
Dude, and even the who is it, like, who the picture of the dude who they think is going to be the villain in that black speedster
Yeah,
outfit?
like an evil speedster.
Yeah, that thing is even worse looking, dude, with that mask, dude.
Oh, I didn't see this evil speedster. Is the new villain another speedster?
Yeah.
God
Yeah, and
damn
it's
it.
just images of them actually shooting actual footage in Vancouver right now. Just people on the streets shooting it. It's not like an actually released photo like these were in Entertainment Weekly.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting how this whole Flashpoint is going to change things in the new season of The Flash, as it seems Wally West already has a costume as that seems to be ramifications of what Barry did, saving his mom. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, cat's out of the bag, dude.
That belt really bothers me, though. Anyone else bothered by that big shiny gold belt?
No, dude, because I guess it doesn't do anything to me. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like if it wasn't there, it would look too plain.
That was not the Flash.
That's four, dude.
We've got more first look images as the remaking of the movie It, and they revealed what Pennywise is going to look like. Any you guys big Stephen King It fans?
Dude, that movie scared me as a little dude. I remember there was two movies that scared me, or that made me feel uncomfortable when I was little. One was Split Second, and I don't know if you guys remember that, but that was a Rucker Hauer movie where he fought like this monster that came down and he had to like fist fight this creature. But it was only creepy to me because I was eating a mushroom Swiss. Split Second. I was eating a mushroom Swiss burger from Burger King as he's like getting into this like mutilation, dude, and I felt like I was eating what I saw on the screen. And then, dude, this guy's
Milo and Otis?
ever, dude. Oh my god, dude.
Used to scare the littlest brother with that. I felt like he would be really scared. You'd have bust out the VHS tape and try to terrify him. You guys are really scared of that movie.
I actually read the book for this too.
I'm not. What is this? A TV show or something?
It's a movie.
Made for TV or going to the theaters?
I thought it was a movie.
A theatrical release, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate clowns.
Well, seeing as like in the original movie, you didn't see him too much, like near the end.
I don't understand, like, people still do clown. Like, why do you become a clown at this day and age? Like, there's a guy that comes to our neighborhood for the festival. Like, every weekend there's, like, a farmer's market. And there's a guy dressed like a fucking clown, blows up balloons and gives them to kids and shit. Like, why does he do that?
Maybe he works at the rodeo. Maybe he's a rodeo clown.
He's not a rodeo clown. He's just this creepy guy that dressed like a clown.
Maybe he's advertising for the rodeo.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get
There was
it.
one at like a restaurant when we were out in Florida, dude. He came through and was like blowing up balloons and trying to like get people all excited. And I was like,
Why?
I can't even eat.
It's so weird. Like, clowns gross me out, and then grown men dressing as clowns. So yeah, this movie's probably gonna do well. It's probably gonna scare the shit out of people.
The thing I'm wondering is why'd they make him look so eerie and cracked when like he should kind of look like approachable, but then turn into like the creepy nasty.
Agree.
Unless this is just like who knows what scene this is from.
I don't know, because clowns these days, none of them look approachable. Like, every single one of them looks like they're fucking doing something illegal.
Oh, there's a Pokemon over
Yeah,
here.
come on, I'll set up a lure trap near my fucking clown college. Don't go, kids.
And if you guys have you guys seen Hemlock Grove on Netflix?
I watched the first half of the season.
The guy, the main character, is playing Pennywise.
Wait, the guy who played a clown in that show?
No, the guy that played
That would be
I don't even know what his like the main actor in that series.
Oh, the seducing guy who'd like always take the sneaks into his car and bet him.
Yeah.
It's like the worst part of the show. There was a chick on that show that would give Pennywise a run for his money, dude. You know what I'm talking about, the Franken lady, the Franken girl. She was like 12 years old. She was like Frankenstein.
Do you guys have any of these clowns, like these guys, like I know that did this Pennywise thing where in Staten Island when I lived in New York, there was a guy that would just go out and like 11 o'clock at night dressed up like this dude with a set of balloons and just stand on the street to try to scare the shit out of people.
Yes.
He didn't do anything bad. He just stood there and just mind his own business, terrifying people.
That actor that's playing Pennywise in this remake, his name is Bill Skarsgård, who's the brother of Alexander Skarsgård, who was in True Blood and he was in that Tarzan movie that just came out.
Yeah,
Oh.
he is Tarzan.
And they're both sons of Stellan Skarsgård, who is in the Marvel universe.
Who is the son of Ned Stark from Game of Thrones.
He plays Eric Selvig in the Marvel movies, the scientist guy. From Thor.
Well, now that we've got a great Skarsgård lineage,
family.
Yeah, if someone can throw that in a graph for us, that'd be great.
I'll do a little family tree for you guys. And closing off the news, it wouldn't be a show unless we talk about Pokemon, which is all the rage right now. And if you tune in right after Adapted, that will be probably covering Pokemon the entire episode of the Block Party.
Well, not the entire episode. Don't get scared. Don't run away.
Okay, maybe like
no, we're gonna talk about it for like 45 minutes. I don't know who you're kidding.
We'll see how long it goes. But
I'm super curious.
On the adapted side of things for Pokemon, Legendary Pictures is trying to secure the rights to make a live-action movie, and you guys already talked about it on Live on the App today.
They've been working on it for a while, and then now they just like upped it. Like
I know that Max Landis stuff. I mean, he's got a story for every possible.
Oh, of course, dude. If
so
it's
the rumors of him like being
to
involved, I feel like that's just like, oh, he has a website where he like writes a story for every possible subject.
Yeah, all I know him as at this point in time is like every time there's like a new licensed movie coming out, he like goes on Twitter and is like, I wrote a script for that.
Yeah.
It's
like Ghostbusters recently.
Yeah.
It was pretty okay.
He just loves writing fan fiction.
I wrote a Ghostbusters 3 story, and it's
and
like
his Ghostbusters 3 story was garbage.
A lot of his work isn't amazing. Like the Superman American Alien comic book that just came out recently.
It's pretty good.
Miniseries was a solid series by him. I was never a big fan of Chronicle.
Terrible movie, piece of shit movie.
That the other movie he did with Jesse Eisenberg.
American Ultra.
Yeah, American Ultra.
Terrible.
I did not like whatsoever.
Terrible movie.
I think he's better suited for writing comics than movies, but I mean, I used to watch that animated Pokemon.
I think he's better suited for like sitting on his couch, getting wasted, telling stories, looking homeless, making YouTube videos.
I can easily see this Pokemon being made as a live-action movie. They've got a pretty easy story to tell with Ash Ketchum, and once he becomes 10, he becomes a Pokemon trainer, and just the introduction of him being a Pokemon trainer. And Pikachu is a star in its own, so...
In this day and age, dude, technology, it's easy to do that stuff, dude. I mean, there's all sorts of movies like that style, dude. Humans and CG.
Like Ted.
Drop the bucket, dude.
Yeah.
Like Ted. I was going more Alvin and the Chipmunks, but...
That too. How many movies of those did they make? Like 4?
They're on 4 now, dude.
Yeah, they keep coming.
I just bought the collector's set, dude. It's Alvin's head. You open it up, and all the discs are in there.
Oh, I love Alvin and Chipmunks as a kid. I was a big fan.
Chad was basically living Theodore.
Theodore. I love those Christmas songs that would always come out, and it was Alvin and the Chipmunks that they'd remake songs all the time. I love that song.
Oh, dude, I found the Christmas record. We have the record. Just need to put on a record player.
So great. All right. Well, don't forget to catch us on the Block Party, as we'll talk all video games for the week, mostly Pokemon Go, and any other new releases that came out in the past week. And don't forget to catch Live on the App every weekday on twitch.tv/AlexandAv. Subscribe to us there or on youtube.com/AlexandAvLive. And never miss any of our videos. If you're interested in more Pokemon, don't forget to catch our Random 30 that Amy and Chad did, as they caught all kinds of Pokemon that give you a lot of helpful tips. So check out that video. It does not disappoint.
Amy's got secrets, dude.
Join us next week for Adapted episode 85 as we continue talking Preacher. Hopefully better things to come next week. And
I had some people asking, dude, are we doing Flintstones? Dude, I had a couple of tweets, dude. We doing Flintstones comic?
If you guys want to do Flintstones, we can.
I would love to. I think that comic was great. I'm in. I'll review that comic.
We'll talk some Flintstone comics next week.
Thanks, tweet people.
The Twitterverse has spoken.
Yeah, that's awesome. I also plan on seeing Ghostbusters, so I'd like to talk about that.
Ghostbusters was another thing I wanted to just ask is if everyone's going to see it.
Fuck yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I'll go see it.
I don't know why anybody's down on it. It's going to be awesome. You guys are crazy.
Dude.
Swinner's down it.
I haven't heard good things about it. I've just heard it's fucking meh.
You stop reading Max Landis and just like
Yeah.
read, like,
Go
listen to
see the
Jason,
movie
dude.
and just
Jason's
enjoy
gonna
it.
see it tomorrow night.
We'll go
dude.
see it. We'll be the judges and join us next week. And
It can't be any worse than Ghostbusters 2.
That is very fucking
It's
true.
impossible for like if Ghostbusters were ruined, it would have been ruined by Ghostbusters 2. But here we are with a new Ghostbuster, so everybody can just shut the fuck up. Like seriously, this can't be any worse than the last remake, like the last sequel. It's ridiculous. Oh, so annoyed. So annoyed. It's like just
Jason
I don't know,
already
man.
loves it.
I don't love it. I just want to fucking see it to see if it's as terrible as everyone thinks it could
I
be.
just hear it's a jump around mess, dude, and it's not very coherent.
I mean, it's a 75 on Rotten Tomatoes right now, which is 20% higher than Ghostbusters 2. And the New York Times gave it a very positive review, so I have...
So aren't most people going to compare this to the first Ghostbusters instead of Ghostbusters 2? Like, if they make a sequel to this, then they'll compare that to the second Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I know, but people are upset about this because they're saying it's ruining the Ghostbusters name, which would have been ruined already. It's not. It's just a new
People
People
wanna
complain
see
about
some-
anything.
Dude,
Yeah.
I hear there's a sexy Slimer chick in this thing, so
Slimer's
For real? There's a woman Slimer?
I have no idea, dude.
Oh, and if you want...
Tune
if
in
you-
next week and find out.
Or just tune into the block party next. I'll talk about the Ghostbusters video game I played. That if
Yes!
anybody wants to
Wait.
talk about a giant piece of shit with the Ghostbusters name on it, that would be it.
Oh, man.
Oh yeah.
Well, stay tuned for more action on our Twitch channel as we got the block party going right here for you, so stay with us. Otherwise, we'll see you next week on Adapted Episode 85. See you guys later.
Later, everybody.
America.
Bye, guys. Find out why I cried during Superman.